from the initial invasion, and I know, you know, Starbucks, McDonald's, some of those big companies that have been there for more than a decade. Now, I did read Starbucks doing something interesting. They're still going to pay the Russian employees 6 months, so at least they have some sort of income. But then McDonald's was selling all of their locations to Russian locals, so that way they can get out clean.
This is impacting everyone. Exiting is just going to have a ripple effect to the economy, but we're talking about real people. So these people have children, they have people at home that they depend on. So making situations like this adjustable is really critical at this time.
Yeah, and speaking of real people at home, finally some relief in sight for parents. 78,000 pounds. Yes, 78,000 pounds of baby formula arriving in the United States.
And that's enough for more than 500,000 baby bottles. This is the first phase of President Biden's Operation Fly Formula, where he had to use Air Force planes to fly in the formula from Japan and South Korea.
All right, so the shipment arrived yesterday in Indianapolis. It's only intended to provide some immediate relief. Now, the director of the White House National Economic Council says for long-term relief, the U.S. simply needs more suppliers.
Now, the next flight of formula will go to the Nestle plant in Pennsylvania, which says they've been working around the clock to keep up. Meanwhile, Abbott Nutrition is hoping to have their plant back up and running sometime next week. And this is such important information. Here in San Antonio, it's incredible to see how moms and parents have gathered and formed groups on Facebook, social media, so that they can inform each other about where to get the formula, because it is nowhere. You go to the stores and you are seeking this critical food for your baby and you can't find it. It's so emotional, and as a new mom, I know how critical it is for the baby's nutrition, and it's just, you're dealing with people here. And at the end of this, it's like operations and all these things could be happening, but it's impacting moms and families here in San Antonio too, like all over the country.
No, it is crazy. And back to your original point, it is kind of inspiring to see moms helping other moms, Texans helping Texans at a time where we need it the most.
Yeah, and it's like negative, but also like positive to see the community coming together. And yeah, it's just so incredible. It's beautiful.
All right, so it seems like there's been a lot of elections. We talk about it all the time, and it's funny because when we have different elections, we're like, no, this isn't the only election this month.
Yeah.
So if you think there's been a lot, you're not wrong. Voters in Texas went to the polls in March for the primary election. Then again, May 7th, you voted on the constitutional amendments and the bonds, a lot of which pertain to property taxes. And tomorrow, it's the big one we've been talking about. It is the primary runoff election.
Voters will determine the winner of some of the key races that weren't decided in March, like Bexar County Judge, Attorney General, Lieutenant Governor, and a handful of congressional seats. Now, the winners from each party will face off for a final time during the November general election.
All right, and so you can check to see if you're registered. Head to KSAT.com. We have all of the information you need to know, a list of the polling locations, and of course, we have a lot of stuff on all of the candidates. I know Congressional District 20, Jessica Cisneros and Henry Cuellar, that's a huge one. Obviously, you know, the primary for the Bexar County Judge, that's a huge one. You know, we're following this so much, and credit to our whole online team because they've done an amazing job keeping up with everything too.
I love election coverage though, because it's so busy in this newsroom. Everyone comes and joins together, and it's like a party. San Antonio is always
chaos.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a party in San Antonio, and election is no different. And it's so interesting to go out and see the community come together also to vote. And that day is so exciting. Election day is the best.
All right, there is something we need to tell you. It is too late to register to vote in the runoff election, but still, don't worry. Lots of time to register for the midterm election.
And one local activist and pageant queen is already looking ahead to November.
That's right. So it's actually Alicia Barrera did the story.
Our Miss San Antonio USA 2022, Abigail Velez, is using her platform and voice to raise awareness on voters' rights. Alicia Barrera caught up with her, a senior at the University of the Incarnate Word, and one of the biggest hands-on projects she's undertaking is getting people registered to vote.
Hi. Are you ladies registered to vote? Yes. Okay, good.
She's beauty, she's grace, and she's standing up for voter rights.
My social awareness initiative is Value Your Vote.
Her reign inspired her to become a Bexar County voter registrar.
Because I've seen firsthand how polarizing our community is. So one thing that I found is if we meet in the middle, in the aisle, to do something that we all agree on, and that's make a community that we're proud to be a part of.
And so far, she's registered 100 voters.
What we're looking at is making sure you're registered to vote for the November elections, because by voting, we're able to solve so many different issues that affect San Antonians and Texans.
She's done it through hosting multiple voter registration fairs at the University of the Incarnate Word and local businesses across San Antonio. Okay. But her biggest audience, she says, is online.
Hey y'all, it's me, Abby. I am here at Sticks and Stone holding my voter registration fair. Be sure to come on out, have a yummy lunch, and register to vote. So with my poll on TikTok and on Instagram, I'm able to broadcast how important it is to value your vote, while also saying different ways and different polling places that you can go out and vote.
And while she has her eyes set on the Miss Texas USA and the Miss USA crown, she's serious about her role as an activist.
So I am ready to be an activist in my state and my nation to make sure that we're all having the same common goal. As many people as possible. I'll shoot for the stars. Let's get to 1 million.
All right, so cool, and obviously such an amazing cause to get behind. So her most recent voter registration fair, obviously you just saw her. She was at Sticks and Stones, and she says it is so important to support local businesses while having the opportunity to share her message.
And she's wanting to partner with more local businesses, as her big goal is to have 200 people registered by July 4th weekend. It's possible. Now that's when Velez will be taking the stage to compete for the title of Miss Texas USA 2022. Very exciting.
All right, you know what else is very exciting?
What's very exciting?
We got 3 new logos for the Spurs. This is something that...
Trying to take it all in.
All right,
Trying to take it all in.
Spurs fans, you can expect to see 3 new logos on uniforms, on merchandise. Here they are, right there. All right, so Justin Horn is on the sideline, like zooming in. So take a look, break it down.
The Spurs announced that team is adding 3 logos, and that's exciting.
Yeah, so they're secondary logos helping the brand identity. They're actually derived from the iconic Spur design. It remains the primary logo, and one of the designs is obviously what you just saw. This is kind of the pump-up clip from the Spurs Twitter. It's a black outline with a spur in the middle.
Another design includes the letter SATX in silver and black, plus a spur on the bottom.
And the third one, a basketball filled with the letters SATX, silver and black. So what do you think? Did you check them out? You like them?
Yeah, I love all of them. Take my money.
Well, no, it's crazy because in just the last couple of years, I mean, we had the City Edition with the Fiesta jerseys, which I think are the coolest jerseys in all the NBA right now. And yeah, I like these. It's kind of like retro. It's in recognition of 50 years for the Spurs. And I think, honestly, we've done stories inside the merchandise store at the Spurs Arena. It's going to sell out.
Oh, yeah. When I'm looking for certain items, I think about, I'm like, okay, what time should I go? What day? Is there going to be my size? Like, and I feel like these are going to go super fast. And I feel like you're always over there.
Yeah.
So can you like help me out?
You.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big shout out to our Mark Austin. He has a Spurs Fiesta tie.
Oh.
And it's like turquoise. Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Very jealous. All right. So speaking of Spurs, we got Texas. We got great basketball in Texas, but we also have great food.
Oh, lots of great food. Tex-Mex, barbecue, giant dishes. I think it's safe to say so here in San Antonio, and tacos too.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh my goodness. We've got 10 local restaurants. Yes, this is big. 10 local San Antonio restaurants on Yelp's 100 best places to eat across the Lone Star State.
Now tell me if any of these places sound familiar. Comfort Cafe came in at number 2.
All right.
Gino's Deli, number 7. Number 8 is Arctic Ape Wild Dessert.
I hadn't heard of this one.
No. And Nelson's Barbecue is number 28.
All right, so that is just a few. We have a full list right now, KSAT.com. I will say, a few of them I think have been recognized on Texas Eats. David Elder showing up. I know he's been to Comfort Cafe. Of
course.
That one looks amazing. So big shouts to them. What is it, number 2?
There's so many places to eat. And Justin, do you have a favorite place?
They're scrolling too fast.
I know.
Man, it all looks good. All of it. I'll take all of it.
Yeah. Every day of the week, somewhere different.
So I will say the frozen wild thing, that was great. It looked like Sundays and whatnot. Would have been great on Saturday when it hit 101 degrees.
Yeah, well, the whole month of May, right? We finally got some relief on Sunday. Thank goodness. We got some storms Saturday night. Not everybody got rain though. That was the big problem.
It went around San Antonio.
Seas parted. So we're hoping to get some more rain in here tonight, so people can get some rain on their lawn. We can get the aquifer back in good shape. Here's the setup, guys. We got an area of low pressure off to our west. This is going to be working a little bit later this afternoon. We're already starting to see some lift here. You see these storms out in Mexico. So we know that there's lift coming our way, and I think by the afternoon and evening hours you're going to see storms really blossom across our western counties, then eventually make their way towards San Antonio overnight. Here's the severe weather risk today, and it includes San Antonio, Lubbock, West Texas, a large area here across Texas as this piece of energy moves in. And we'll zoom in a little bit closer to our neck of the woods, and you'll see that basically our entire viewing area here is included within this scattered risk of severe storms. So if you're thinking about it on a scale of 1 to 5, we're at about a 2. The main threats being hail and gusty winds, and then we may also see some pockets of heavy rain. So let's walk you through the forecast here. 7 p.m., we're starting to see those big storms develop out west, about a 40% chance of rain here in San Antonio, but better chances out west, and that's where we could see some severe weather initially. That big complex of showers and storms marches east, and by 11 p.m. midnight, those storms are coming into San Antonio, a good chance for rain. We still could see some severe weather, and this is where we could see some of those pockets of heavier rain. Not looking for widespread flooding, but there could be some localized street flooding in spots, depending on how much rain falls out of this. And then by tomorrow morning, this is starting to move east. We get a little bit of a break, and then more isolated showers and storms develop by tomorrow afternoon. And then we get another complex of showers and storms coming in Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. So more potential for severe weather and, again, some more pockets of heavy rain. This may be around for the morning commute on Wednesday, too. Storm threats, we mentioned winds probably leading the way. Hail and flooding are there, though, too. And then the tornado threat is low with any of the storms we see today. How much rain can you expect? I'd say on average, and this is through Thursday morning, so this includes both the sets of pockets of heavy rain that we showed you. But we're thinking 1 to 3 inches of rain on average. There could be some places that see a little bit more, some places that see a little bit less, but I think it averages out somewhere in that range. Right now, we're starting to see a few showers develop out near Uvalde. Temperatures starting to trend upwards too because we're getting more sun here around San Antonio. 72 degrees at the airport, 75 at Port SA, 72 at Randolph, and I think we'll get into the 80s here fairly quickly. 20% chance of rain at 2 o'clock. By 5 p.m., 30% chance of rain, 87. We up it to a 40-50% chance of rain by 7 o'clock. And then tonight, there's your good chance of thunderstorms overnight. Temperatures in the 70s, 70% chance of storms. It could be a little bit loud. So if you get woken up tonight, you'll know why. And here's the extended forecast. We have, again, that secondary shot of showers and storms Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And then that lingers over to Wednesday before everything clears out and we're back to a dry, hot pattern by the weekend. 91 Friday, mid-90s on Sunday. So Memorial Day weekend at this point looks pretty hot and dry.
All right, one more question before we let you go.
Okay.
I know that May has been kind of a month of drought for us. How important is it that we get this rain in terms of drought conditions?
It's imperative that we get this rain and we get some good numbers. If we don't, we're going to be in a pretty serious situation over the summer. The only problem with this is a lot of times when we get this rain, it comes in buckets and we have to deal with flooding. We also have to deal with severe weather. But that's just this time of year. You take one with the other. We need the rain, though, desperately.
All right. Justin Horn, thank
Yep.
you.
Well, there's things to pack for the week, especially with all this crazy weather.
Oof.
Okay, so we're talking sunscreen. Don't forget the water.
You need the water.
Umbrella.
Yeah, everything. Just
Everything.
put on the jacket, put in like a
My
fleece.
car is going to explode. There's no more space. We got the car seat. We got all these items. Okay, I give up.
All right.
All right.
Hey, this has been a great Monday. So that is it for KSAT News Now.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the News Now podcast, available wherever you get your audio.
I like this little camera wave. I don't know where it is. This is so cool. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Hopefully, we see you tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, bye.